true rag to riches story. How somebody goes from being a tenant, scraping the pay rent day to day, to being a lender.
So I first want to ask you, why now? It was your first seminar. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
It's a tough question. It's the toughest question I have for the night. I feel like now's the right time. For many years, I've sheltered myself, focused and perfecting my craft, and building this empire over 20 years. And I don't feel fulfilled unless I give back. See, when I started, somebody gave me an opportunity, and I never rested until I felt that I was given that opportunity back.
I love that. Okay. So I really want to get into the fact that you did this at 16. Like, that's unbelievable. But to be honest with you, a lot of people wouldn't have had that character, that guts, the confidence. So where did that character come from? And how did you know it wasn't luck and that you could repeatedly do that over and over again?
One thing I can say for sure that it was is this relentless belief, tireless pursuit of something I was truly passionate about, and that's looking for these distressed properties and making them beautiful.
So I know you went back and got a master's, which I think is incredible. Why get a master's after you were already successful?
My mom wouldn't let me come back home if I didn't.
Ah, okay.
My parents, they're educators, they believed in education, and no matter how successful I was, they wanted to make sure that I educated myself.
Okay, absolutely. So YSM, can you just tell them pretty much what made you create YSM and what's the criteria for the artists that you already signed?
So YSM, young, self-made, the name came about when I was in my struggle to find a name that truly resonates with people and a name that I could truly relate to based on what I had gone through. And I remembered my drive started when I was very young, so that was the Y, the young, the Y in the young. Self, back then, no one, my drive was so high that no one in my immediate community could relate to this ambition I had when I told them I wanted to own mansions by the time I was 20, and I wanted to have a private jet, and I wanted all these great things. It was a laughable situation. So for me, I had to figure this all out by myself. And the S in the YSM represents self-belief. And the M, I always had faith that no matter what happened, I'm gonna make it.
Thank you. So for the troubled youth out there that are watching it, that can relate to everything that you're saying, would you say that's the advice you would give them? Because I feel like a lot of them, they don't have that. Like you said, they would laugh at that situation if they were there in your shoes back then.
Yeah, the situation is truly laughable, but when you have that relentless belief in yourself and you're confident, you start to see a lot of things fall into place. Somehow, your guts and your feelings know what's good for you. You just gotta listen to it.
Okay, definitely. How can people get in touch with you in terms of real estate as well as music?
I'm very heavy on Instagram. You know, social media is a very important tool that could reach people in all over the world. And I'm thankful that our social media platform is growing, and we are getting to a point now where we're able to reach masses, and people can follow us at Henry Ike, HenryIke, and see all of our great works.
Okay, and last but not least, for those out there who do not know about Wheatland, they're unfamiliar, you mentioned that you don't need a real estate license necessarily. You don't necessarily have to have money. What about people who have a high debt to income ratio? What would you say about that?
So again, these are all mental blocks that people have in their mind, that if they have a high debt to income, in fact, my debt to income ratio is off the chart, and I'm still able to buy hundreds of properties. So there are lenders out there that are able to lend you money without looking at your tax returns or your bottom line. So part of what we're going to be doing is we're going to be providing those lenders, information on those lenders on our platform so people can reach out to them.
Okay, thank you so much for your time today.
Sir Henry Ike,
youngest, most humble retired landlord. Shout out to Sicarah.com. They've been truly great. You gotta love it.